Alright, let's make some jalapeno cheddar sourdough. We're going to start with 325 grams of water. You're going to find that the digital scale is a real help. We're going to add 100 grams of sourdough starter. And once you got your sourdough starter in the water, you're going to want to mix it until it's completely dissolved. And it'll create a few bubbles here and there, but you want to get it so it looks basically like milk. Then we're going to add 10 grams of salt, and then 500 grams of bread flour. I use the King Arthur bread flour. Then you just mix it up. You can use any kind of tool you like. I know a lot of people use the sourdough mixer, but I just use a spoon, and then once I get it into a little dough, I use the hands. You're going to want to use gloves for this mix because we're going to be using jalapeno, and you definitely don't want to get that on your hands, because once you got jalapeno juice on your hands, at some point it's going to get in your eye. So we'll cover it with plastic and then a towel for 30 minutes. After 30 minutes, we're going to do the first stretch and fold. So you take one side, stretch it up and fold it over, turn it, stretch it up and fold it over, and we'll do this 4 times until you get a nice little ball of dough there. And then we're going to cover it again with plastic and the towel. And then we'll take our snowman towel off and the plastic, and we'll do another stretch and fold. We'll do 4 of them as we turn it 4 times. Then once you get it into a nice little ball there again, you're going to cover it with the plastic. There we go. And then the towel. Then we might as well prep the jalapenos after you get them dried off. You can use a paper towel to dry it off. And then just dice it up into little pieces. However fine you'd like it to be. I usually go for a pretty fine dice because later on we're going to add the whole jalapeno pieces. Right here, the final stretch and fold, we're going to add the pieces of jalapeno. And then we'll fold it over, and we'll add some more pieces into the dough, stretch and fold it over, a few more jalapeno pieces there into the dough. If you push it down to the dough, it'll stay in, and then you just do the stretch and fold. And then we're going to switch to coil folds, which is just lifting it up and turning it, lifting and turning. And then we'll cover this with the plastic and the towel for about 4 hours. And then we will take the dough out onto the counter here, and we'll stretch it out into a square. This is where we're going to put our whole jalapeno pieces. You're going to scatter them all around. You can put as many as you like. Then after that, we're going to add the cheddar. I like to use mild and sharp cheddar, so we have the cubes of the white and the orange, and just kind of scatter them around. Then we'll take one side of the dough and fold it over, and then the other side, and to meet it, make sure all the seams are shut. And then we're going to take one side and just roll it to the other side. Then we'll form it into a ball after we've closed the sides. We have our bread basket here that we're going to put, I put rice flour in mine. Then we're going to form it into a ball and put it into the bread basket here and cover it. After it's been in the fridge overnight, probably 12 hours is the best, we get our tool here and slice it right down the middle at an angle and put it right into our Dutch oven. 475 for 25 minutes covered, and then we'll take it out after 25 minutes to take the cover off and add the cheddar and the jalapeno slices on top. At this point you want to let the oven decrease in temperature down to 425 while you're putting on the slices of jalapeno on top, and then we're going to cover all the slices with shredded cheddar cheese. You can put as many slices as you want or as many as you think will hold, and then you just cover it with the shredded cheddar cheese so that it'll stay in place during the bake. Then we'll put it back into the oven for about 15 minutes. That's what it looked like before going in the oven, and that's what it looks like now. So I hope this helped. Enjoy your jalapeno cheddar sourdough.